From Full Moon Coliseum, Los Angeles, California is the site for more Week 8 SFL action between the Los Angeles Lycans and the DC Dragons. The DC Dragons and the LA Lycans combined for so many seasons, Damon, but they have never faced each other. Good night. How are you today? And what are your keys for this matchup?
You're right, Ramos. These two teams, comes in accumulating a total of 26 seasons here in the SFL combined. I mean, that shouts a lot, but guess what? This is their first time meeting up and clashing against one another. Reason being is because DC decided to, the owner of DC, decided to take a front office position with the league and decided to go ahead and fold the team. But let's get into tonight's matchup. DC comes in on a 4-game win streak after losing in Week 1 to the Baltimore Vultures, 26-6. Since then, DC has been averaging over 30 points per game. Now, the LA Lycans only average around 20 points per game. LA's defense has to show up tonight to slow down this Dragon offense.
Myself is Week 7. This year in the SFL. The season has flown by. I thought it was Week 8 for a brief second as the DC Dragons win the coin toss and they will select to receive the football to start this game. We're all ready for kickoff. The 2-3 Los Angeles Lycans will kick the ball away to the 4-1 DC Dragons. A DC Dragons team that went 3-9 in their first 2 seasons back in the SFL, season 16 and 17. Season 18, they went 7-5, made the playoffs, and sit as one of the best teams in the SFL this season as the kick is away. And we're going to see a return from inside the end zone past the 15, past the 20, and to the 23-yard line goes the DC Dragons special teams unit. Shabazz Synergy is the quarterback for the Dragons. Running back is Kevin Say. The fullback is Chuck Stellar. Wide receivers, Gus Scott, Ronnie Shanahan, Mike Churchill, and Josh Gill. The tight ends are Lauren Percoco and Craig Westlake. Twin wide receivers at bottom of the screen looks like press man and man coverage for the Lycans, and it's Shabazz Synergy hit as he delivers the football to the fullback as Stellar throws a guy down and goes all the way to the 40-yard line. A solid start for the DC Dragon offense, Amon.
I'm pretty sure everyone back home in DC was holding their breath and wondering what was going to happen on the first play of this game. Going back to last week, Kevin Say was injured on the first play of the game, and that basically changed the entire game plan for the DC Dragons. Good to see they come out the first play, no one gets injured.
Sure thing. First down and 10. The ball at the 40-yard line as DC is in another very similar set. Shabazz Synergy throws it deep, and the pass is going to be knocked away and incomplete. Great defense by the safety. That was Ryan Joseph. And let's introduce you to the rest of the Los Angeles Lycans defense. Brogan Spiro and Ace Blackwell at defensive ends. Defensive tackles are Josh Nevels and Gary Marks. Linebackers Stassi Blackwell, Chad Stinson, and Buddy Blaze. Corners Mike Scott, Jack Hacksaw, and TD Jack. The safeties Rochelle Colston, Ryan Proster, and the aforementioned Ryan Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph with a great and outstanding coverage there to get that pass deflection.
Synergy throws it to Kevin Say. Kevin Say protects the football, gets the first down, and gets about 14 yards on the play. Hacksaw on the stop.
Yeah, Ramos, this is the second time we've seen DC dump it off to a back coming out of the backfield. First was to the fullback Chuck Stellar, and now to Kevin Say. Picks up 2 first downs on this possession, both coming by players out of the backfield. Keep an eye on that. LA may be playing some deep coverage and not worrying about the cover, not playing cover 2.
Shabazz Synergy changing the play of the line of scrimmage. He's going to throw the pass to the outside. It's going to be another completion for a pickup of about 4 yards. As Josh Gill make it 5 yards. Josh Gill gets 5 on the play.
Yeah, Mike Scott was in great coverage there, so I want to take my comment back that they may not be playing cover 2 here, worrying about coming out of the flats, and the out routes there. But that was outstanding coverage there by Mike Scott.
Synergy to throw goes deep again, and the pass is going to be knocked away again. Los Angeles ready for that deep throw of Shabazz Synergy as Jack Hacksaw makes a stop, and it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, DC tried to go deep there for the second time tonight, but unfortunately could not come away with the conversion. Hacksaw there with that pass deflection. Basically, looks like LA is keeping their safeties over the top, and looks like they're trying to keep these quarters with these safeties right in the middle of the field, and so that they can run from sideline to sideline in the middle.
The DC Dragons convert on 56% of third down conversions, and this time they're going to be stopped short. That 56%, by the way, 8th best in the SFL. However, the Los Angeles Lakers third down defense not too shabby at 49% only. That's 7th best in the SFL. And the DC Dragons are kind of in no man's land here. They could go for it with the ball at 39. It's too long for a field goal, maybe too short to punt.
Yeah, you're right. They just may go for it, but no, they bring out the punt team.
They will bring out the punt team indeed, as we're going to take a look at this kick, and let's see if they can pin him deep. The ball will bounce out around the 8-yard line and bounce into the end zone for a touchback, only a 19-yard net punt. And that's where we will see the Los Angeles Lakers offense for the first time. Let's introduce you to the LA offense. Sully Richardson, the veteran quarterback, 4th season with Los Angeles, is under center. Logan Jack and Tommy Rahman are in the backfield. The wide receivers are Elsie Pryor, Chris Lee, and Shea Carroll. Tight end is Jack Flash, and a very talented offensive line with the rookie Jamarcus Candy, Vladimir Dunham, and Bob Dunham.
4-3 is the defense. Keep a look on the strong safety playing in the slot up top.
Yeah, and a 4-3 defense that was tilted to the left, a 4-3 under scheme, which is when the linebacker goes and gets basically lined up in the line of scrimmage. Works that time, only a 1-yard pickup. 2nd down and 9. Twin set bottom of the screen. And looks like man-to-man coverage. Yeah, it looks like man-to-man coverage here, Damon, as well. The handoff goes to the halfback. He's got a lot of room to the outside, past the 40, past the 45-yard line, and finally brought down at the 49 as Logan Jack, the former Skyhawk, first season with Los Angeles, gets a big play.
Outstanding play here by Logan Jack. Let's take a look at it here on the replay as he gets, look at his old lineman. Everybody get a hat on the hat. Look at the wide receiver here, get a block right there. Nice block on number 21. My goodness, Josh Vasquez couldn't come off or shed that block there. And Logan Jack was able to trot down the sideline and pick up the first down and a nice gang of yardage there to get into almost midfield here for the LA Lakers.
1st and 10, ball at the 49-yard line. 3 wide receivers set for Los Angeles. They're going to hand the ball off to Jack again, going to the outside. A little bit of room, but a better job for the DC Dragon defense, led by Nathaniel Diggs, coming from Queen City, making the stop.
Yeah, Nathaniel Diggs came away with a nice tackle there, wrap-up tackle, as you saw. But it looks like Logan Jack and the Lakers are probably going to have to run to the other side of the defense where they picked up that big yardage, because twice as they ran to the left side of the offense, right side of the defense, they wasn't able to get much yardage there.
2nd down and 7 yards to go. Logan Jack gets another handoff to the left, and Logan Jack has 6 yards, making a 3rd and very short, and that's working pretty well, Damon, the run to the outside, giving Logan Jack a little bit of room.
Yeah, and Logan Jack just shut me up. As I said, he wasn't going anywhere towards the left side of the offense, right side defense. Mr. Simeon, what do you know? I just picked up 6.
Well, the strong side of that offensive line resides on that left side, actually, with Jamarcus Candy and Vladimir Dunham. The massive 6'6" and 6'7" offensive linemen, respectively. Logan Jack is absolutely destroying this defense as he gets another huge gain on the play. Already 50 yards, close to 50 yards rushing in one drive.
Yeah, basically everything has been going to Logan Jack. I don't recall seeing a pass play yet from the LA Lakers. And this is one thing about LA. They love to ground and pound. As we see Logan Jack here on the replay, picking up the first down. Hey, move the chains.
Completely opposite game plans, appears like, Damon. On the first drive, DC went 6 pass attempts, 0 rushes. Now Logan Jack has 5 rushing attempts. Sully Richardson, 0 passing attempts, as he's going to get his first one today. The pass still goes to Logan Jack, though, so he's still getting very involved. And Logan Jack has all room to run. A little bit tired on that one play after getting the ball 6 straight times. Gets 8 on the play regardless.
Yeah, stepped out of bounds right there at the 24-yard line. He had open daylight. I'm not sure why he made the juke move so early there. If it was me, I most likely would have waited for the defender to get a little closer to me before I put on the juke move there and make sure that I wasn't too close to the white stripes.
2nd down and 8. The ball at the 24-yard line. This power formation tells me one thing, and that is the ball is going to Logan Jack either on a pass or on a run. And it's going to be the run. Logan Jack to the left. Logan Jack will break the tackle, get past the 20-yard line into the 18 of DC side of the field, as the offensive line of the Los Angeles Lycans is so far dominating the D-line of the DC Dragons, a very talented D-line.
Yeah, the only thing that I can say, Ramos, is that LA must have saw something in the scouting report that, hey, we can run on this team, because when it comes to defense, you stop the run with your front four, and DC is not getting much pressure.
Richardson to pass. Logan Jack has all room to run again. Tries to make a spin move. Not successful, though. Still a pickup of 4 yards. And I will not be surprised, Amon. And after all that heavy workload, Logan Jack goes to the sidelines for a couple of plays.
Yeah, most likely when you give a heavy dose to your halfback from one end of the field to the next end of the field, once he get down here in this red zone area, you most likely will see him step out. And there it is. Logan Jack is not in the backfield. There's the backup running back for the Lycans in the game now, which is Tommy Swagger.
Yep. Richardson to pass. The ball still goes to the halfback. The halfback will have a first down. It's a 1st and goal to the 6-yard line. And it's just give it to the halfback simulator.
Yeah, that's basically what LA is doing. Hey, let's go ahead and keep the ball out of harm's way. Throw short routes out of the backfield, as you see here, to Swagger, and run the ball with Logan Jack up and down the field there. Because like I say, they must have saw something on film where they can take advantage of this DC's front seven, or front four, should I say.
He's set. And it looks like Logan Jack is back on the field after just one play on the sidelines. The ball will go to Jack. Logan Jack to the left. Logan Jack has some space, but he's going to be tackled inside the 1-yard line. A 2nd down and goal coming up. Tricky situation here, Damon, because Logan Jack doesn't have much stamina. And this is not a passing situation. You basically have to punch it in.
Yeah, I say give it back to Logan Jack. Superstar running backs, they don't stay off the field too long. They go to the sideline, get 1 cup of Gatorade, and they right back on the field the next play.
5-2 defense showing for DC. Logan Jack gets the handoff, and he's going to be blown up in the backfield. A 2-yard loss, as finally the DC Dragons get in the backfield. Logan Jack still averaging 7.5 yards per carry on the first drive. A first drive that has basically consumed half the first quarter.
Yeah, that's the first time we saw DC get in the backfield for a TFL there. An outstanding play there by the defensive tackle, Jose Fuentes.
Richardson to throw. Richardson to the end zone. The pass is going to be caught but out of bounds. Caught out of bounds by Chris Lee. And I would like to see another look at it, Damon. What do you think?
I think Chris Lee was most definitely out of bounds. Looking at it here from the booth, you can see that he had his left foot right out of bounds there as he tried to reel that thing in, but he just was not aware of his surroundings there, and LA has to settle for a 3-point conversion here after that outstanding drive put together by Logan Jack.
This pass play was only the second pass, actually no, I was going to say pass completion, but no, we've only had 1 pass completion to a wide receiver. That was Josh Gill for 5 yards, as the field goal is up and good. 3-0. The Los Angeles Lycans at home beat the DC Dragons.
Yeah, I think DC, on their next possession, they got to get Kevin Say more involved in the run game here. They had 2 pass plays that did go for a first down conversion. One was to Chuck Staley, and the other pass was to Kevin Say. They did target down the field a few times, but they came up unsuccessful on those deep routes. As I stated earlier, it looks like LA is playing those safeties deep and making sure that DC does not beat them on those deep routes that they love to run.
We're going to have another return here past the 20-yard line, and only to the 22 this time, as Gus Scott is the return specialist for this DC team. A DC team, the one that has improved every single season since they came back. It's not only record-wise, but you can see on the play. Remember first season they struggled out the gate. They were like 5,000 points under the cap. And then in the second season, they lost a bunch of one-scoring games. But it's a DC Dragons that it's very solid top to bottom.
Yes, they are. And we'll get to that right after this play here. Here's a handoff to Kevin Say, and he goes nowhere there. But as you just stated, their first 2 seasons after they came back into the SFL, they were, Only won 3 games those first 2 seasons, 3-9 that is. And then this season they're on a pretty good roll at 4-1, one of the best teams here in the SFL. And that one loss came to the SFL champions of the past 2 seasons. So there's no knock there. Everyone is trying to beat Baltimore, but not everyone is going to do it.
High formation here, another power set as Kevin Say gets a nice handoff, and this time he has a lot of room. Kevin Say gets close to the first down. I will challenge that one, Damon. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think you would challenge it, or even or take another look at it as we get a replay here, and let's see what happens here. Does Kevin Say get to that marker? Oh, that right there holds him up. If he puts his shoulder down and gets behind his pads, he probably come up with that first down. But that spin move actually made him move backwards, and the defense was able to clobber him.
I think we're gonna see the same formation. Oh, it's different, but it's pretty similar. It's still a split backs, 2 tight ends. Let's see if they give the ball. It's gonna be to the tight end. The pass is big return is gonna go away, and the Los Angeles Lycans are up 9-0.
The DC Dragons, Ramos, tried to go with a 90 tight end swing strong there and came up short because the defense was playing cover 2 coverage there. They were in a 2 hard. Take a look at the replay, and it looks like it was 2, the tight end. Yeah, it was the second tight end there, Craig Westlake, but unfortunately, LA came away with that interception and run it back in for a touchdown. But guess what? Kevin Say was wide open towards the right side of the field. He probably could have picked up a first down and more.
He probably had 20 yards in front of him, but give kudos to the LA coaching staff and the scouting report. Obviously, they saw that swing pass on film, and kudos to the corner jumping that one and going all the way for 6 points. A pick 6 by Mike Scott as the Los Angeles Lycans, with this extra point, now lead 10-0.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Remus. That extra point there does put them up 10-0. But let's also remember that DC came from behind to beat the Vancouver Legion, a few weeks ago after Kevin Say went down on that first play of the game, as I mentioned earlier. And so DC is a strong team. It's still a lot of time left in this ball game here, and I'm pretty sure LA is going to continue to strap down on the defensive end as they've been playing pretty good defense so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the LA team.
Yeah, me too. DC had to come back also in that game against Vancouver. It wasn't only the fact that Kevin Say was down, it was also the fact they have to come from behind in order to win that one, as Gus Scott gets it to the 24-yard line, and the DC Dragons offense will start again. I like what I saw in those Kevin Say's 2 rushing plays, 2 rushes for 9 yards. He had the long run of 8 yards. So, I don't think it's a bad idea to give the ball back to number 20, as they will show a 12 personnel, 1 halfback, 2 tight ends. Mm-hmm. Shabazz Energy will throw the pass to the outside. It's going to be a catch by Churchill, and it's going to be a 7-yard pickup. That was close.
Yeah, Churchill picks up 7 yards there on that reception. And here's, when you have a quarterback like Shabazz Synergy, in underneath the center or in the shotgun or whatever, you have to feel comfortable about your offense. Although, they're going to challenge this here. What did they see that I didn't see? Because I thought I saw a foot in.
Yeah, maybe possession on the ball. I don't know if the coaching staff saw that Churchill was wobbling it. We're going to take a look at this replay here. And it's obviously getting your foot in bounds, but it's also having full possession of the football.
Oh, no. I think he's out, Ramos.
Yeah, he may be out. I will probably agree with you.
After review, the play stands.
Nope, the play will stand.
Wow.
R62 didn't see enough on that replay to overturn the call. To be honest with you, it was pretty close. Yeah, it was close. I'll give him that. And I think Damon, if the play was ruled an incompletion, it would have stayed as an incompletion. You know what I'm saying? They will not have overturned it either way.
Exactly.
Pretty close. 2nd down and 3 though coming up, as LA will have only 2 timeouts for the remaining of this first half.
Looks like cover 3 here for LA.
Looks like it. The pass is going to be caught, and fumbling the football is the receiver, Gus Scott, as Hacksaw will be forcing the fumble. Ryan Joseph with the recovery. What do you think? I think this is a good fumble here.
I don't think so, Ramos. Let's take a look at it here. There's the catch. Does not make a football move. Does not make a football move. So no. But who knows with R62? You just never know.
You just don't know. You just don't know. That's not a good take. But I, you know what? On second glance, I agree with you. I thought he made a football move by basically touching both feet in play with a football and making a spin, which will be a football move. But I don't think he had full possession of it.
And these coaches are making it rain with these red flags. I don't think I can recall ever seeing back-to-back plays being challenged before.
We're gonna take a look at this replay here again. Geez, I think it's an incompletion, Damon.
Yeah, I think so too. And I know that the entire organization of DC is hoping that this is an incomplete pass too.
Yep.
After review, the receiver did have possession. It is therefore ruled a fumble.
Yeah,
for the visiting team.
looking at it in full speed, it looks that he did attempt
Right.
a football move with the spin, but that's the player turning around to catch the ball that's thrown behind him. Now that falls on the quarterback. So Bad Synergy should have placed that ball right in front of the receiver instead of behind him, and he wouldn't have had that issue or that problem or been in that situation.
It's a 3 wide receiver set with a fullback as a wide receiver. The pass goes to the outside. That one is caught. A good toe tag play there by Gill. I think that was pretty clear cut. That was a catch. We're not going to see yet another red flag. First down.
Yeah, that was a great attempt there for DC. If you can see that the Lycans DBs were playing off the line of scrimmage, so you had room there. Not sure if that was the assigned route for Gill or was it an audible there, but either way, he comes away with the first down, getting behind the sticks there, and that's knowing what you're supposed to be as a receiver.
The pass is going to be caught as Josh Gill gets the catch and gets it up for a first down. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time, but our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual ground. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. First down and 10, ball at the 48-yard line. I think this is going to go to the halfback here either way. It is going to Kevin Say, but a great job. Great job right there by Ryan Joseph from the strong safety position, making the tackle, only a 1-yard pickup.
Yeah, Ryan Joseph was playing up towards the second level there and able to play the flats and come away with that tackle on Kevin Say.
Second down and 9, ball at the 49-yard line. 3 wide receiver set again. Synergy is under center. Synergy will throw the pass, middle of the field, caught. Mike Churchill has another completion to the 35-yard line of Los Angeles side of the field. And the DC Dragons look much better on offense.
They are looking a whole lot better here on offense. Here's Synergy on a 3-step drop, raised the program. That was his second read there, Ramos. And he knew that Rochelle Colston was going to be there. And Churchill kept his head on a swivel, eyes focused on the ball, not worrying about the hit that's coming from the safety there. And he picks up the first down.
It's kind of like a ladder type of read. You know, you go from deep to shallow as Kevin Say gets the catch. Maybe a pickup of about 1.5, 2 yards on the play, making it a 2nd and 8. That's a, kind of like ladder type of read them on. You go first with a deeper post route, then with a more shallow post route, and then if none of those are open, then you go with a quick out.
Yeah, that was a straight cover 3 there by the Lycans, as you saw Ryan Joseph shed towards the sidelines while playing up in the box there, trying to cover the out routes there as the corner played deep.
Kevin Say gets the handoff this time. We'll pick up 3 on the play, make it a 3rd and 5, in which is probably the last play of the first quarter. A first quarter that, honestly, has been dominated by the LA Lycans for about 10 of the 11 minutes of play.
Yeah, LA had a really great drive on their first possession, running the ball up and down the field on the DC Dragons defense with Logan Jack and with Swagger coming in on one play on the screen pass. And that's going to do it for the first quarter there, Raymond.
Yep, end of 1, 10-0. The Los Angeles Lycans lead the DC Dragons. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APA Music on YouTube. Glad to have you all with us for one of the most competitive and exciting SFL seasons I can recall. Synergy to throw the pass. Middle of the field is going to be tipped and is going to be incomplete, falling harmlessly to the turf. As great coverage by the linebacker forces a 4th down and 5 as Pate will try about a 46-yard field goal.
I'm not sure if if Sebastian Synergy didn't see Buddy Blaze there, but it's hard, or I'm going to say that's not hard. It's very impossible not to see Buddy Blaze because the guy stands at 6'5", 245. I mean, that's a large man playing the linebacker position. How did Synergy not see him and make that throw when he had two receivers open towards the right side of the offense?
Aute will try a 46-yard field goal attempt from the right hash. The right-footed kicker is up, and it is good. The DC Dragons get points on the board. 10-3, LA still on top.
Party with that long field goal kick there, and he has been very outstanding since he's come into the SFL. I think this is his third season, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. His even as a rookie, he had an outstanding season as a rookie there. Nice field goal attempt there by Party.
Kickoff goes. And it's going to be returned from inside the end zone past the 20-yard line and only to the 21. The wind is blowing from right to left on your screen. That also enhanced Party's field goal. The SFL Weekly Fantasy Contest is officially up and running. Think you can draft the best team every week while staying under the salary cap? Or maybe you just want to enhance your SFL experience? Free to play, no season-long commitment, and a new contest opens every week on Tuesday night. Join now and show off your fantasy skills to the rest of the league. Contact Jack Wall, Stephen Hacker, or Hunter Norwood to join today, as that pass is completed for a first down. And I'm telling you, Damon, I absolutely suck at the SFL fantasy football contest.
Well, last week was my first time joining the SFL fantasy contest, and I came in second place. I was shocked myself, but not bragging or anything like that. But man, it is really cool. You go in there, select the players that you want. It's similar to real live fantasy football. But I have to say this, Sully Richardson took a shot on that last pass.
He sure did. Speaking about a shot, and our defensive lineman got just absolutely shook. A 2-yard pickup only for Logan Jack, but a very impressive one at that.
Also, that last field goal attempt by Party was his 13th attempt and 13th field goal made for the season. Still at 100%.
Party was drafted very highly in the draft, and he was drafted on, I think it was like the 2nd or 3rd overall pick in that draft. It's proven to be worth that and more. Logan Jack gets the handoff, only will get about half a yard to the 35-yard line as the DC Dragon defense finally is showing some progress stopping the run.
Yeah, DC is looking really great on this drive thus far, only allowing a total of 4 yards on the ground compared to the first possession of the Lycans when they basically did what they wanted at will. But it looks like DC is going to go into a man coverage defense right here. If they run the ball, this could be big for LA.
And they will indeed run the football on 3rd and 8. Logan Jack makes a move, gets the first down and more. Past the 50 to the 48-yard line, And talk about trusting your halfback. 3rd and 8, and it doesn't matter. You still give it to him.
This is why a lot of teams here in the SFL do not like running man coverage, is because in man coverage, it basically takes your players out of position as they could be in when they're in zone coverage. Everybody on the Lycans offensive line and got a hat on a hat and was able to move downfield to the 2nd and 3rd levels to open up the field and lanes for Logan Jack. He's picked up a first down.
First down and 10, ball at the 48-yard line. Richardson to throw. Richardson passes it to Jack. Jack gets just back to the line of scrimmage. Good stop by the DC Dragon defense. And Damon, Sully Richardson has attempted only 2 passes or make that 3 passes to a non-halfback player so far in this game.
Yeah, that just shows the skill set of Logan Jack and that he can place an entire team on his back. Reminds me of Bo Jackson back in the 80s when the only thing the LA Raiders did was give the ball to Bo.
It was Bo left, Bo middle, and Bo right all day. As Sully Richardson faces pressure, the pass deep is going to be overthrown and incomplete. But a good job by Richardson avoiding a sack and throwing the ball to the vicinity of a wide receiver. 3rd down and 10.
Well, sure. Now you can either say Bo or you can either say Eric Dickerson. Take your pick because both of those guys were in LA, and Eric Dickerson's favorite play with the Rams back then was 46 gap. Just give it to me.
And Eric Dickerson, man, he was 6'3" and like 230 pounds, and he
218.
ran. Yes, he was 218, and what a great pass right there by Sully Richardson, first down. But going back to Eric Dickerson, man, he outran corners, man, that were like 40 pounds,
Yeah.
lighter than him.
Yeah, exactly. And you're talking about how fast he was, and that was because the upright run style. He ran like a track runner, someone who's running track meet. He ran
Yeah.
upright. He didn't run
Upright.
low to the ground, and a lot of people didn't like that. He ran upright like that. Told him he was going to get killed. And hell, the dude still have the single season rushing record for 2,106 yards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm still surprised nobody broke his sternum. Maybe somebody did, because like he was showing his chest. Like when he was running, like you see those, front face like kind of like takes. You can see the 29. You normally when a running back runs, they run low to the ground, and they're trying to, but like Eric Dickerson was just basically running like, and standing upright.
Exactly.
2nd down and 7. Sully Richardson will throw the pass to the outside. Jag, can he break a tackle? Yes, he can. And another one. Logan Jag gets close to a first down to the 24-yard line. 3rd and 1 coming up. And also I can compare him to somebody like Marshall Faulk, where he got the ball, on the ground, but he also got a lot of catches.
Absolutely. And I want to give a shout out to Jose Fuentes. This guy has been basically all over the field. I mean, he was basically 10 yards downfield making that tackle there, coming from the defensive tackle spot. Talk about hustling to the ball.
Jose Fuentes already with 4 tackles in this game. The handoff goes to Logan Jag. Jag has an easy first down and finally stopped by Declan O'Rourke at the 18-yard line. And they simply put them on. They cannot stop 26.
No, they cannot. And if O'Rourke was not flying through the air by the time Logan Jack came out of that spin move, Jack probably be crossing Hollywood Boulevard right about now. But this is your call. I'm not going to say it. But I think Logan Jack is probably ready to cross the goal line.
Jack gets another handoff to the left, and Logan Jack will get about 2 yards on the play. Logan Jack already with over 100 scrimmage yards here in about a quarter and a half of play as Hughes makes the stop.
And what did the Lycans put their running pass ratio on this week? Did they go 70-30?
I don't know. Or maybe Cam messed up and it's a 95-5. I don't even know. 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 17-yard line. Sully Richardson makes changes at the line of scrimmage. Richardson to throw. Richardson runs out of time and goes down. About a 7-yard loss as Jose Fuentes, who, as you said, has been all over the football field, is applying some pressure.
Yes, he is. Take a look at it here. Look at that rip move there. Get out my way. It looked like the guard was jawing at his leg. Come back here, Fuentes. No, I got a mission. And Sully got a face full of Fuentes there. My goodness. I hope Sully's okay.
3rd down and 16. Ball at the 25-yard line. Press man-to-man coverage on a 4 wide receiver set, 1 tight end. To pass, Richardson throws. The pass is going to be caught, but it way short of a first down. Is going to be the tight end, Flash, and it's going to be a 4th and 6. We're going to see the kicker come into the field.
Yeah, here's Sid Olendi coming out for this field goal attempt here, 4th and 6 here for the Lycans, and they're going to settle for 3. Outstanding drive here by the Lycans, though. I do like what I saw because as we was talking about another situation, they were basically putting the ball in the air, not in harm's way, but they was throwing it right across the middle of the field on nice slants routes, in routes, and stuff like that. And I'm liking what I'm seeing, that they're not putting the ball in harm's way with Sully Richardson.
Field goal by Olendi is good as the LA Lycans retake a 10-point lead, 13-3. And I really like what Los Angeles has done here, Damon, is, get the ball away from Shavas Energy and, those guys, Kevin Say, those guys, and just basically dominate time of possession.
Yeah, they are dominating time of possession. You can see it with this run game from the Lycans. And what DC has to do is they have to get some methodical drives going on here, as they did have one on the last drive, but unfortunately they had to settle for 3 and not get into the end zone there, as what the game is meant to do is to pick you want that 6 to 7 points there on each of your possessions there. And let's see if DC can put together a nice decent drive here to probably shorten this margin here, as they're down by 10 points.
From the 21-yard line is where the DC next offensive possession will start. They have plenty of time, 4 minutes 24 seconds, still all 3 timeouts. Shabazz Synergy is going to be under center with a split back set. Watch out for another swing pass here, Demond. Synergy to throw. There's a swing pass. Almost picked off. That was close to be the second pick as the tackle eligible was running that route. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Stephen Molinak, the offensive coordinator for the DC Dragons, may want to scrap that play for the remaining of the game because that could have been pick number 2 on the same play out of the same formation. They came out in split back wing jokers, and they ran 90 tight end swing strong there, and that was the second time they ran it, and it almost went back to the house again.
The throw. Synergy will pass it to Kevin Say. Kevin Say, a lot of room. Kevin Say makes a guy miss and finally stopped at the 34-yard line. A 13-yard pickup by Kevin Say as Shabazz Synergy approaches 100 in the first half.
Matter of fact, let me open up my playbook and let me take that play out as well. Here's Kevin Say here. Outstanding pass there by Synergy. Saw that there was no one playing coverage there over the flats. There was no cover 3 concept. There was no cover 2 as well. Outstanding read there by the quarterback. Following the check down, and he picks up the first down.
First down and 10. Synergy to throw. Synergy runs out of time. Down. Ace Blackwell at defensive end gets the sack. And on both lines, Demond, really Los Angeles has been very impressive.
You're absolutely right. We've seen outstanding play by both of these defensive line. Look at Ace Blackwell, big old man, big dude that picks up his 3rd sack, give him 3.5 on the season, and his 8th tackle for loss.
26 combined seasons between these two franchises. Of course, LA, rebranding and everything. DC coming back after a hiatus, but 26 combined seasons. First ever matchup.
That's crazy.
That is pretty crazy. Synergy to throw. The pass is going to be caught. Josh Gill, a good pass to make it a 3rd and very short.
Yeah, 3rd and very short hand. We've seen DC have some success running the ball up the middle of the field. So let's see if they do come out in one of their jumbo packages and give the ball to Kevin Say going right up the middle. I wouldn't target a pass going deep downfield. This is where you want to go with a run situation or probably throwing a halfback screen to Say out of the backfield.
3rd down and 2. Ball at the 42-yard line. As this run is going to go to Kevin Say. Kevin Say goes to the outside. A lot of room. Great blocking to the 40. Past the 30-yard line. And finally tackle out of bounds at the 27. A great run and a beautiful block on the outside.
Ryan Joseph come away with an outstanding tackle to save this touchdown for the Lycans because Kevin Say was on his way to the house. My goodness, that man is shot out of a cannon.
What a great blocking display there on the left-hand side as DC Dragons are again in scoring position. 1st down and 10 for the visiting team. 4-3 defense by the LA Lycans. As the corners, especially right there, number 25, he's very close from the line of scrimmage. The pass goes to Kevin Say, and great positioning by the corner on that play. A loss of a yard.
Yeah, Kevin, outstanding coverage there by Scott. Scott was basically playing the curl flats there and had the assignment to basically be on anything that comes out there into the flats. And there was Kevin Say coming out of the backfield. Which Shabazz Synergy guy has to throw a better pass in it because he threw it behind the halfback, made him do a 360 turnaround, catch it with one hand, and before he knew it, Scott was right there in his back pocket.
Scott, 6 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, a pick, and it was a touchdown. The pass deep is caught, and receiver crosses. What the?
He crossed Hollywood Boulevard. You go, Gus Scott.
Gus Scott, the return specialist for the DC Dragons, catches the deep post route and goes all the way for 6 as all of a sudden we have a 3-point game, extra point pending.
Absolutely. Outstanding play there by Shabazz Synergy. Stood there in the pocket, got a little pressure, didn't get frenzied, didn't get happy feet. He's a veteran. He knows that he's going to get hit sooner or later, but he has that clock in the back of his head, and he was just waiting for Scott to get right in the perfect spot behind the linebackers as he does so, and basically just walked into the end zone.
The kick by Paute is good. 13-10 is the scoreline, and really, I mean, the DC Dragons have not played a bad game at all, Damon. I'm not saying they're playing a bad game, but you have to say, LA overall in the first, what is it now, 20 minutes of play, I think they've been a little bit better at points, overall, but DC has to be pretty content, especially on the road, that they're only losing by 3 points with 2 minutes left in the first half.
You're right, Ramos. They most definitely has to be content here on the road in LA. They're far away from home, dude. This is an East Coast team. Had to go back 3 to 4 time zones or so, So they most definitely has to keep their head on the swivel and play some pretty good, decent football from here on out into the remaining of the game. That was an outstanding, probably DC's best drive of the night. That was their best drive.
Yeah, without a doubt, especially because it ended in 7 points. Definitely their best.
Man coverage here for DC.
Yep. Jack will get the handoff. That time only goes for 2 yards as we reach the 2-minute warning. The LA Lycans lead by 3 points, 13-10, but the DC Dragons have the momentum of the game. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on YouTube. Second down and 8, the ball at the 23-yard line. Split wide receiver set top of the screen in an I formation. Another handoff, this time we'll go to Logan Jack one more time. And the guy who's been everywhere, Jose Fuentes, racks up another tackle.
Man, this guy's on a mission or something, to pick up the most tackles in a game or so, the most tackles in the season. I mean, what is his game plan? Or should I say his end game?
At least for a D lineman, 6 tackles, one of them a sack, and 2 tackles for loss so far by the D tackle. 3rd down and 5. Press man-to-man coverage. Do we see another run? Yes, we do. As Logan Jack will get hit at the line, but breaks that tackle, still shy of the first down. And guess who, Damon? Jose Fuentes absolutely disrupted that play at the line of scrimmage, which allowed the other defenders to rally to the football and make the tackle.
Yeah, outstanding play there by Fuentes. Like I told you earlier, he's on the D line, but he's 5 yards up the field. As he stops Logan Jack after picking up a 4-yard gain there. Man, just basically Fuentes is basically holding things together for that D line.
The Los Angeles Lycans will allow this clock to hit. 2 seconds on the play clock. The punt goes away. Scott on the return. Gus Scott gets some room. Gus Scott gets to midfield. Almost broke it loose for his 2nd touchdown of the game. But great field position by the DC Dragons as they only have to move the ball about 15 yards to be in reasonable pate range with 3 timeouts. 1st down and 10 from the I formation. It's a heavy set, which that means normally 99 times out of 100 that goes to Kevin Say. Kevin Say will get the football, goes to the outside. Kevin Say with some blocking. Kevin Say past the 30. Kevin Say to the 25, the 20, and finally stopped at the 19-yard line as the DC Dragons call a timeout.
Kevin Say picks up 31 yards on that power play there coming out of the backfield. Looks like this was a strong stretch or so. Here's a look at it. Look at the guard here, the pool. Bam! He may get laid out, but that opened up a window for Kevin Say.
Man, Josh Gill pancaked 2 players on that one. Pancaked the corner and then went to the safety and pancaked the safety, allowing Kevin Say to get 31 yards.
Unfortunately, the pulling guard was unable to come away with the pancakes. So Josh Hill said, I'm gonna show you how to get the pancakes.
Maybe the old lineman has. Yeah, maybe the old lineman has to go to the John Gill's pancake school. Synergy to throw the pass to the outside. Caught Churchill. He cannot get out of bounds, but DC is gonna call their 2nd timeout and make it a 2nd and 2 at the 11-yard line. 23 seconds left.
Yeah, 8-yard pickup there. By Churchill, pass from Sebastian Synergy to the top of the field. If LA is going to continue to play off of the line of scrimmage, I don't blame DC for throwing these out routes that they've been throwing, and they've been picking up 1st downs with it, and it is outstanding to see this offense move. 2nd
down and 2. Synergy, pump fakes, the pass to Say with a lot of room, and the DC Dragons are going to crush what again?
He just crossed Hollywood. Boulevard. Kevin Say for the first time tonight gets a touchdown out of the backfield. Ramos take it away for us, man.
Man, Kevin Say, that was all Shabazz synergy, being very patient on the screenplay, make the pump fake, and the pump fake wasn't really to, put the defense on their heels. He was more to allow the old lineman to get to the outside and to allow Kevin Say to pick up the blocks he needed, and goes untouched for 6 points as Pate is going to kick the extra point here. And after all we've seen, the DC Dragons will now lead by 4.
I most definitely have to say that I agree with you. That pump fake basically bought more time for that guard to get out there and get that block on that defender for Kevin Say that broke him free. Because once he put that block on, there was nobody in front of him, and he had a wide open a walk into the end zone there. Now, here's the question: is that there's only 17 seconds left in the half, so I'm really not expecting LA to answer back. But if they do, that would be big for this LA offense.
Returning the football here is the LA Lycans past the 20 to the 25-yard line. 13 seconds left here in the first half. And if I'm LA, Damon, I will just run the football here. Number one is the one thing that has worked all game. Logan Jack running the football. That's number one. And the other thing is that you don't want to get picked off, and you don't want to just give DC even more momentum going into the half.
Yeah, and that's what I meant when I said I don't expect them to answer right back. I would expect them to run the ball and basically run the clock out and just go into the half and live another day.
Well, that pass is going to be incomplete, going to Jack Flash on the outside. That's going to stop the clock as Gore applied some pressure on that one. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Yeah, that pressure there on Sully Richardson basically and forced him to throw a lame duck in the air. Normally when the quarterback throws a lame duck, it's deep down the middle of the field and a lot of bad things happens when that animation is taken into place. But here's Logan Jack in the backfield, single formation.
The pass by Richardson goes up and it's picked off. It's picked off, being returned, and with 2 seconds left in the clock at the 38-yard line, the DC Dragons will have the football again. I'm going to tell you what, Damon, I will trot in Pate on the field and try a 55-yarder. The reason why is because the wind is on his back. So I think Pate could potentially put this between the uprights.
If he kicked that field goal and makes it, I most definitely believe that would be an SFL record of 55 yards, right?
Not sure. I think the record actually stands at about 56 or 57. As a matter of fact. I think 56. I think it's 56. We'll have to confirm with Cameron Irvine as Pate's kick is up and it is not good.
Yeah, it looks like it hit the crossbar.
Yep, I think it did, or at least it got very, very short of the crossbar. A good attempt, though. I like the call. As we're going to take a look at this, just about a yard shy.
Yeah, just about a yard or two shy. You're right there. And LA did exactly what we said that we was not expecting them to do. And that was to go to the air, but basically keep the ball on the ground, run the clock out, go into the half, regroup, make some adjustments accordingly. I mean, because LA is playing some pretty good football in the first and second quarters. DC just found a way to come back and claw out of the hole that they were in, because they were in a hole.
The DC Dragons on the stats, especially, yards and passing yards, really up front. But, if you watch the game, if you don't only get, led by stats, this has been a super competitive game all the way. DC Dragons with the last 14 points of the half. But, LA, Damon, has been really good, especially running the football, as you see right there with Logan Jack. What are your keys for the second half?
Keys for the second half is probably LA is going to have to continue to do what they did in the first quarter. And that's basically keep the ball in the hands of Logan Jack. DC is running a lot of man coverage defense. And as I stated, that a lot of teams don't like running man coverage because your defenders are exposed. They're not moving out into zone and backpedaling. When they're in man coverage, their first step is to move forward and to see what's going on with their assignments or so. And when that happens, LA was able to move the ball downfield with their running game, as we see right here, with Logan Jack picking up first downs or so. And, you know, that's just my take there. Is I truly believe they can keep the ball on the field, win time of possession, win third downs. They can probably come away with the victory here, but they got to keep this DC offense off the field.
I totally agree with you, as DC, you know, in the second quarter just completely turned it around after a very shaky start of the game. They threw a pick six. They couldn't put the ball in the end zone. And they were getting dominated on both sides of the ball. Jose Fuentes, though, has been probably the best player for either team tonight. I mean, as you see, 6 tackles by a defensive tackle in the first half.
You know, I'm going to see, you got some defensive tackles that have 6 tackles for the entire season. And this guy has 6 in one game. That's because he's not only hanging out in the trenches around the line of scrimmage, but he's hanging out in the second and third levels of the defense as well, because he's moving and trucking and hustling to make a play. This is what you call a playmaker.
Yeah, that's why you do not give up on a play. You know, you keep hustling, you keep chasing the running back and put that running back on the ground as the kick goes away, and it's going to be a return from the goal line. Past the 20 and up to the 24-yard line, as the LA Lycans will be on offense. The SFL network is coming to the ESTV Plus app. 24/7 SFL programming will include content created by the community, the SFL's greatest games from the archives, exclusive network content, and live SFL regular season games. Download the ESTV Plus app on your Android or iPhone, or on your TV through Roku, Amazon Fire, Vizio, and more. The SFL network, where SFL creators come together. First down and 10, ball at the 24-yard line. Richardson to throw. Richardson in the slant. The pass is caught. And past the 40, actually at the 40-yard line, is Chris Lee. First down.
Nice pass there by Sully Richardson. I'm not sure we're going to get a replay, but we are going to get a replay. You're not going to see it on your screen, but this is another reason why teams do run man coverage, is when they play that press. I'm not sure if you saw it, Ramos, but this guy that was in the slot, that slot cornerback basically put that slot receiver on his butt because he has bump master animation. And when a wide receiver does not have bump buster, that will take place. The receiver falls down. It took a weapon away from Sully.
Richardson pump fakes the pass to Logan Jack. Logan Jack gets past the midfield stripe. Jose Fuentes is chasing him from behind and making the stop. Before we get to Fuentes, Richardson took a little bit of a tip out of Shabazz Energy, making the pump fake and throwing the ball to Logan Jack to the backfield. But man, Jose Fuentes going from his D tackle position and making the stop.
Man, he is playing some type of coverage. I don't know what he's doing, but he seems to be everywhere the ball is.
It looks like Jose Fuentes is almost like one-on-one against Logan Jack at this point, as Jack hits another catch. The pass is going to be caught for a pickup of 3 yards on the play. It's going to be a 2nd and 7. The SFL has partnered with Rare Drop and Rare Drop Sports to advance live events and distribution. Live and in-person championship weekends, rookie drafts, and community events are in the works. Check out SFL regular season games on their Twitch channel every weekend, and follow Rare Drop Sports at twitch.tv/rdsports. 2nd down and 7, ball at the 47-yard line. An offset I formation here for the Lycans. Richardson to throw. Richardson goes deep, and the pass is caught. What a throw by Sully Richardson, and burning the secondary on the play is big number 82, Elsie Pryor at 6'2", 220. First down.
Sully Richardson with this pass completion here comes away with a 27-yard pass and catch to his wide receiver. My goodness, what a play by Elsie Pryor, and get this team back into scoring position at DC's 26-yard line.
1st and 10, ball at the 26. Another press man-to-man coverage here, them on this play. To throw, Richardson. The pass to the outside is caught wide open. The tight end, Jack Flash, will be stopped at the 2-yard line, but a great job, great read right there by Sully Richardson, and LA is 2 yards away from the end zone.
Look at this here. There's a little rub concept there. to Jack Flash. 24-yard pickup by Sully Richardson in the tight end on that connection there. He basically had no one to throw the ball to until those two, that tight end and the receiver, was able to cross routes and get a little rub action there on the defender that basically opened Flash up to be wide open.
This has to go to Logan Jack here, as Richardson will pass it to Jack. Jack makes a spin move, tries to reverse field, and he's going to lose 8 yards on a passing play.
8 yards.
Aid Gore and the rest of the D-line hustling.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, buddy. Losing 8 yards on the passing play is most definitely uncalled for. Not sure why Jack tried to juke move backwards and do all that other stuff he was doing. Man, you catch the ball, you basically turn up field, and you get behind your pads.
Yeah, I mean, even if losing 3 yards or 4 is not as bad as losing 10, as Logan Jack's going to hand another handoff, and he's going to be blown up in the backfield. Another 2-yard loss, as the LA Lycans had the ball at the 2, and now they're back at the 12.
Yeah, that is crazy. You lose 10 yards on 2 plays. Oh, man, I don't know what to say about that one there, but that is uncalled for this offense to be moving backwards when you're at the 2-yard line. That should have been a run play on first down to Logan Jack up the middle.
Look for a post route here to the guy in the middle of the formation, the slot back. Richardson to throw. Richardson goes to that post route. It's caught. Chris Lee for the touchdown. And it wasn't to the slot player, but still.
Everybody was on slants there, but unfortunately, they didn't get the slants open early. They allowed the play to develop a little bit more downfield, and he was able to get behind. Look here, get behind the linebacker, right in front of the safety there. Or should I say behind the safety as well? How did that ball get there?
Wow, unbelievable. Unbelievable throw. Great concentration by Chris Lee, too, because he has to catch the ball and be in bounds. You know, we've seen it too many times where, you know, the pass may be caught but out of bounds, or because the receiver tries to be in bounds, he doesn't catch the football, and it did both of those things, and the LA Lycans retake the lead.
Yeah, looks like we have ourselves a ball game here, and it just may be that back and forth here tonight from both of these teams. That was an outstanding throw from Sully Richards. I'm still at awe because I don't know how he got that pass directly right behind that safety. That was free safety Jorge Torres, who was in coverage there as that ball was thrown right in front of him, and I'm not gonna say he couldn't. He did not make a play on the ball.
From the 2, the return past the 20-yard line, and a big hit on the play to the 24, as Gus Scott got uplifted and thrown to the ground.
Man, it looked like he was uplifted by a forklift and just dropped from the top floor or something like that or whatever.
That looked like a WWE move almost.
Yeah, one of those OMG moments.
There you go. First down and 10, ball at the 24-yard line. Kevin Say up the middle, I'm calling it. There you go. Kevin Say gets about a yard on the play to the 25-yard line. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for info about the league and its 28 teams. All the places you can watch live games, plus links to apparel from Sector 6 and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. See all the league records, team stats, play leaderboards, the rankings of the next class of SFL talent, and so much more. Simulationfl.net, your home for everything SFL. Split backs on the formation. The pass goes to the post route. This time is caught. Josh Gill gets behind the defense and picks up about 18 yards for a first down.
Yeah, 16 yards to be exact, Ramos, on that play there from Synergy to Scott. I mean, not Scott, to Gill there on that reception. Gill got right in front of the defender there, shed him away from him, knew that the ball was coming to him, and Synergy delivered the throw.
Offset I formation, another handoff. Savage Synergy gives it to the halfback, and Kevin Say tries to spin inside, gets 6 on the play, second and short.
Yeah, 6-yard pickup there by Kevin Say, and this is what DC is going to have to do: keep the ball in Kevin Say's hand on first down. I think you keep your running back more involved in the ball game on first down. It opens up other things for you downfield because you can come back to it.
Kevin Say averaging 9 yards per carry, as he's going to get another one. Kevin Say to the outside, goes inside that time, after trying to go to the outside. Gets 2 on the play. 3rd and short coming up, and your whole playbook is open.
Yeah, it absolutely is on 3rd and 2. But I would say give the ball back to Kevin Say. Let him go right up the middle this time here, and not try to go towards the outside, towards the sidelines or anything like that. They come out in a strong jokers.
Kevin Say to run. Kevin Say will not get the first down. And maybe they should have taken your advice of going between the tackles as Hacksaw and company make the stop.
Yeah, the linebackers were shared towards that side of the field there, and they played great coverage there and leverage as well, because it looks like that was a stretch play. And the offense, the offensive linemen, should I say, just did not get, or should I say, do their assignments by moving downfield. And they look like they're going to try to go for this.
We'll see if Javant's energy actually snaps this football. I think he's just trying to make the defense jump off sides. He's not going to be able to do so, as the DC Dragons will burn a timeout, which could be crucial at the end of the game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You may need that. You may need that 3rd timeout in your back pocket. Now, if this was the first half, I'll be okay with it. But here in the second half, you most definitely have to play for the future of the ball game and not use your timeouts in such way.
4th and 2, we're going to see the punter on the football field. Not too many punts in this game so far, as Don Wilson will trot onto the field. It's a good opportunity for DC to pin the LA Lycans deep. Punt goes away. Feel it at about the 18-yard line. Making a spin move is the Lycans returner and getting to the 21. And the LA Lycans will have the football again. And, the LA Lycans, have shown to be the better team here in the 3rd quarter so far, Damon. They put the ball in the end zone on the last possession, got a stop, and they have full momentum of the game now.
I mean, if you look at the stat line, the game summary there, these teams are almost neck and neck at passing yards and rushing yards or so. This game is really close.
It is. 4-4 defense showing for the Dragons. Handoff goes to Logan Jack to the outside. Jack gets about 2 on the play to the 23 as a couple of DC Dragons converge, including DeSantis for the tackle.
Yeah, DeSantis coming away with that tackle there, providing coverage there in the run game from that side of the field there, coming up from that safety spot.
2nd down and 8, ball at the 23-yard line. Richardson, the pass is going to be caught by Logan Jack. Jack fumbles the football. DC Dragons recover this one. That one a clear fumble, and the Dragons will have the ball in scoring position.
You're absolutely right, Ramos. Take a look here at the replay. That was a clear shot there. He takes 4, 5, 10 steps, tries a spin move, and that was dangerous. And the DC Dragons, look at these guys jump for the ball as if it's like I don't know, man, which $1,000 or something. I don't know.
How about hyenas? That's for you, hyenas on their prey.
Exactly.
Just jumped all over that. 1st and 10. Synergy will throw the pass short. It's going to be caught by Churchill. A 2-yard pickup on the play. Going to make it a 2nd down and 8 yards to go. The SFL has partnered with Laser to deliver digital SFL play and trading cards to its players and viewers during live events on SFL Twitch. Viewers every 30 minutes will be issued cards, or you can buy SFL card packs through the Laser store. The new Season 9 pack will be available soon. Visit laser.gg and click the Join Alpha button to connect your Twitch account and begin collecting. Kevin Say gets the handoff to the left. Kevin Say makes a nasty juke move and gets to the 1st down. 1st and goal at the 7.
We may have to take 25 off to the sideline and check his knee for his ACLs, MCLs, any other CLs that he may have in there may be gone. But that was a nasty juke move, as you stated by Kevin Say. My goodness.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line, an I formation. As Kevin Say, maybe you're going to get your wish, Damon. He's going to run between the tackles here. Say between the tackle. Touchdown, DC.
Kevin Say, my goodness, what an outstanding drive there by the DC. Got to give credit up to the DC's defense, first of all, basically for forcing the fumble, recovering the fumble, and then allowing the offense to come onto the field. And Kevin Say basically took over the drive there with 3 run plays, picks up first downs, and then as he just crossed Hollywood Boulevard for the 3rd time today on that run there. Outstanding defensive play and offensive play by the halfback for the DC Dragons.
Kevin Say completely untouched as Chuck Steller was looking for blocks inside the goal line. As the offensive line of the DC Dragons did a tremendous job on that one, as Pati Pate is going to try the extra point. Kick up by Pate, which is good. 24-20, the DC Dragons and the Los Angeles Lycans in a very exciting game here on Friday night.
Yeah, the cool thing about this is that LA is not out of it, you know. Although they're sitting at 20 points, DC has 24. LA averages around 24 points per game, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere around there, 22, 24 points a game. But I really would like to see LA get out of that low 20 range and points per game and see if they can probably explode here in the second half, starting here in the third quarter.
Well, for defense, you're right. The DC Dragons allow only 25 points per game. Los Angeles allows 22 points per game. So basically, this is what we got, 24-20. But we still have a quarter left to go. On offense, DC averages 31 points per game, which is 9th best in the SFL. Yeah. LA scores 20.2, so they're right there on their average. First down and 10. Richardson passes it to the halfback. He gets blown up in the backfield, a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, 1-yard loss there for Jack there on that pass. Unfortunately, as soon as he got the ball, there was someone in his face of the DC Dragons. That ball should have came out a little bit faster than what it did. But, or should I say not faster than what it did. I think Sully did a great job by getting the ball out when he did get it out. But Logan Jack basically came to a stop. And when you come to a stop, it makes it easy for the defense to tackle you. Well, look at this 2-man bump coverage here.
Richardson to throw on the quick out, and the pass is going to be caught. More like a corner route to Jack Flash. This is the second time we've seen Jack Flash run a similar pattern against press man-to-man coverage. And I like that because it's one-on-one against the linebacker, and normally the tight end will have the upper hand.
That's the second time tonight Sully Richardson has impressed me, or should I say surprised me, by getting the ball through tight windows there.
Richardson to throw. Richardson goes down, and it couldn't be anybody else but Jose Fuentes.
My goodness, let's get this guy tested for PEDs or something like that or whatever, because he is putting on a show. He's taking some type of banned substance here, because I don't understand how this defensive tackle is all over the field, reminding me of the one and only J.J. Watt.
Yeah, you have to certainly say something like that. Jose Fuentes now with 2 sacks in the game, 8 total tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and flat out all over the football field, as this punt is almost blocked. DC very close for blocking that one, as Gus Scott will break a tackle and get to the 42-yard line. Gus Scott quietly has also been a really good player in this game, and he's returning, and he's got a receiving touchdown.
Yeah, he's been in the mix. He has most definitely been in the mix, as you stated, in the return game, and I think he has 1 reception, targeted 3 times for that one and only for that touchdown that he does have as well in his back pocket.
Synergy to throw. Synergy goes to the outside. The pass is bobbled and incomplete by Churchill. That was good for at least a gain of about 8 yards. Instead, it's an incompletion.
I'm not understanding why Churchill dropped the ball there. I couldn't see if his head was looking up the field and not focused on making the catch there, but there was no one near him. There was a player probably 5 or 6 yards behind him, but that should have been a completion there. To give his team good field position between the sticks.
Second down and 10, ball at the 42-yard line. Kevin Say dots the I in the I formation. The pass is going to go to Say out of the backfield. Say makes a spin move and gets tackled after a 4-yard pickup. 3rd down and 6 coming up.
Yeah, although there I don't think I like the call, but they do pick up 4 yards there, as you did mention. They threw the ball to the weak side there, and when they threw it to the weak side, the linebackers were shed towards the weak side, and unfortunately allowed the defense to basically get themselves in position to not allow Kevin Say to pick up big yardage.
EC passes the ball inside, caught for a first down as Ronnie Shanahan makes the pass completion, the rookie, for a first down. The DC Dragons, again, rank 8th best in the SFL, which, if you consider the fact that there's 28 teams, that's a pretty good mark in third down conversions. And in this game, only 4 for 9, but that one was a big one, as Kevin Say is going to be done in the I formation here on first down and 10. 4-3 defense for the LA Lycans. To pass, Kevin Say gets the catch. Kevin Say doesn't make a guy miss, and it's going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage. Good play by the corner.
Also, give credit to our guys in the truck, our statisticians. We have Tommy Roman and Rochelle Colston. Thank you guys so much for making us look just as smart as you are in the truck there, putting these stats together for us.
Fourth quarter to go. Put your 4s, your 86s, and your 12s up in the chat, everybody. This is a great game. Power I formation. Synergy was going to throw it to Kevin Say. Kevin Say makes a guy miss. Kevin Say first down and more. Kevin Say to the 26-yard line as DC has just gone to the Kevin Say over and over again here, Damon, in the second half. And for the most part, it has worked beautifully for them.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that's a 19-yard pickup there by Kevin Say. Yes, it is. That spin move he's doing, he's pretty deadly with that spin move, man, and he's coming a master at it, should we say.
It really has. First down and 10, ball at the 26-yard line. Power I formation for the Dragons. 4-3 defense for the Lycans here. Another pass is going to go to Kevin Say. Kevin Say with a little bit of room to run, but he makes the most out of it, picking up 4 yards on that one as Kevin Say's 10th catch of the game puts the ball at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, that's a look at. I mean, he's leading this team in receptions with 10 here on the night. He's very active, not only in the run game but in the pass game as well for this DC Dragons offense.
Our I formation on 2nd and 6. They're gonna hand the ball off. Kevin Say doesn't get much room. Good job by the LA defense clogging up those middle lanes. Maybe a pickup of about a yard or two, and it's gonna be 3rd and I'm not gonna say long, but 3rd and still manageable.
Yeah, third and medium or so, or manageable is what I like to call it when it's about the 5 or 6 yard line, and down the distance or so. But yeah, they really need the first down right here.
Shotgun formation as Shabazz Synergy has 3 wide receivers and a tight end. Slant patterns, the pass is going to be caught, and for the first time, we see a DC Dragon tight end making a catch. That's Lauren Percoco, and moves the chains.
Well, actually, this is the second tight end to receive a catch. The first was Craig Westlake. This is the first time we heard Lauren Percoco's name, to be honest, though.
I don't think Westlake caught a ball. He was attempted.
Oh,
but,
what? It was a block. He did.
It was yeah, and also we saw the pick 6. They try to go to Craig Westlake. Yeah, on the swing.
My apologies. You're right, Roman. This is the first time.
This is the very first time. 2nd down and 11 yards to go after Kevin Say loses a yard. Very similar formation. We may see another slants pattern, and if so, look for Percoco again.
Playing 2
That's
corners.
exactly what it is. Percoco gets 8 on the play, puts it at the 3rd and 3. A very tricky situation here, Damon, because you don't have a lot of room to maneuver. Do you give the ball to Kevin Say with 3 yards to go? It's kind of tricky here.
It's I want to say that LA playing bump coverage there probably helped DC out.
Look for Percoco again on the slant. No, it's going to be on the slant, but it's going to go to the receiver, and it's incomplete. Overthrown. Gus Scott, very close from getting his 2nd touchdown of the game. The Los Angeles Lycans defense makes the stop, though, and Pate is going to trot out into the field to make it a 7-point matchup.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, if DC converts on this drive and score a touchdown, this basically put this game as a 2-point ball game. Now they're going to settle for 3. It's going to be a 1-possession game here. Not a 1-possession game,
Yep.
one possession game here for LA to get right back into the game. So that's bad for DC not coming away with a touchdown there.
Forte's kick is up and good, 27-20. That was a massive stop by the LA Lycans defense. You know, if they didn't make the stop, allowed another touchdown, it was going to be a 2-possession game with 8 minutes to go. Instead, they only need a touchdown to tie this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the offense has been productive, Devon. I mean, it's not that the LA Lycans have been unable to move the ball. Sully Richardson, about 150 yards passing. Logan Jack does have about 100 yards rushing. So about 250 yards on offense, not terrible.
Well, I think you got to give the credit to DC's defense in reference to Logan Jack, because at halftime Logan Jack had 94 yards and now he's only have 96 yards on the ground. You know, so that's kudos to DC's defense. But we also have to remember that DC also forced turnovers with that forced fumble that took a possession away from LA, and now they're getting the ball back here now, and they really got to get things going to get right back into this ball game.
First down and 10, the ball at the 26-yard line, shotgun formation for Richardson and company. Richardson will throw, the pass goes to Logan Jack. Jack gets about 1.5 on the play. A very peculiar call as Logan Jack doesn't go very far.
I like the way you say peculiar call there.
You don't see that very often, you know, because Logan Jack was basically running kind of like I don't know if an option route or something, because he ran upfield. He wasn't running to the sideline, or, you know, he was basically running upfield. Richardson to throw. Richardson will throw it to Logan Jack, who's got a lot of room. Logan Jack is going to get about to midfield. Actually call it the 45-yard line. A great job, Sully Richardson staying patient, and Logan Jack had just green grass in front of him.
Yeah, that's an 18-yard pickup. It looked like, as you stated, Sully was just sitting there holding the ball, but I think he was allowing receivers to get downfield, not looking to target them, but to absolutely take the defense away and out of the play. Because as you stated, on the last play, they dumped it off to Logan Jack. He only picked up about a yard and a half there, and we was wondering, like, okay, what's going on here? But wow, I was not looking for that to happen on that last play there.
Richardson to throw. Richardson swings it to Logan Jack again. Jack gets to about midfield, and Logan Jack looks a little bit gassed already in this drive. I cannot fault him. I mean, he's gotten the ball now 31 times in this game. 19 rushes, 12 catches. And, you know, he's been by far the motor of this offense so far in this game.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you that he could be a little gassed. Let's also remember that in that first half, he got a boatload of the load of the offense there. You know, even on that first drive, he was basically the entire first drive outside of one play that went to a screen to the backup running back's Swagger. You know, so he could be extremely gassed, and I'm trying to look it up now to see exactly what his stamina is. I'll get back to you on that.
Jack still on the field. He's going to get the handoff. Logan Jack gets decent blocking it. He's not going to get a first. He's not going to pick up a first. It's going to be 4th and inches, and I'm going for it here, Damon. I don't think you're punting it here. I will go for it.
Yeah, I would go for it here, but I'm kind of concerned as far as what's going on with Logan Jack. This guy has a max stamina within the SFL ratings, and I mean,
give it to Tommy Rahman here.
Yeah, I would most definitely do that.
No, it's gonna go to Jack. It's gonna go nowhere.
Nowhere to go is Logan Jack as he's hitting the backfield by Jose Vasquez, the strong safety coming up from the third level of the defense to make this play, as he was nesting right behind the linebackers there, come on that outside, waiting for Logan Jack to get the ball. He knew where the ball was going. Wow, what a play.
Man, I like going for it. I said it. I will go for it, but man, I don't know. Like, you know, the player is gassed and you run the ball to the outside. You know, I like going for it. I just don't love the play call itself. As Shavaz Synergy is going to throw the ball, and the pass is almost picked off by Mike Scott. That would have been his second pick of the day. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, that was a dangerous pass there by Synergy. Not sure what he saw there on the play as it was intended for Ronnie Shanahan, who was on the target. But Synergy most definitely needs to take care of the ball in this because you're not on your side of the field. I mean, you're on your side of the field. You're not on the opposite side of the field here. You
Right.
know, LA gets a pick here, and there's no one in the vicinity to basically to stop him. There's a pick six.
Yep.
Waiting to happen.
Synergy will throws the ball to Kevin Say. Kevin Say will get about 5 yards on the play, make it a third and manageable. APM Music is on Rival Music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League, and to explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Synergy will throw. Synergy goes deep, and the pass is knocked away. Ryan Joseph with beautiful coverage is going to get a stop, and the Los Angeles Lycans will have another shot at trying to tie in this game up.
Yeah, Ryan Joseph has been playing outstanding coverage on the back end of the defense, not allowing anyone to get behind him so far tonight. I want to say that's Ryan Joseph's third PD on the night.
4th and 5, as Los Angeles presumably is not going to have great field position, but at least they will have the ball with a lot of time and 3 timeouts. Kick is away. From the 15-yard line, the return goes only to the 17. And the Los Angeles Lycans will have to go 83 yards to tie this game up. This weekend on Lex Level Sports, 4 teams who have appeared in recent championships fight to get back to dominance. 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time Saturday, Florida tries to shake off Saturday's ugly loss on the road at East Division rival Atlanta. At 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time Sunday, Denver tries to take on their home cooking on the road against Lone Star. Live look-ins will include Motor City at Indianapolis and Fort Worth against Las Vegas. For a channel guide and more info about NXT, visit NLSE.com. As Logan Jack gets the catch, gonna pick 2 yards, and they're gonna go in the no huddle here tomorrow.
Yeah, they're going to go no huddle here. They dumped it off to the fullback there, to Ramen. And
Richardson to throw. The pass is picked off! The pass is intercepted. Great job by Peanut Say on the pick. The 6'4", 210-pound corner dominates, gets inside position, makes the pick. I don't like going in the no huddle here, Damon. I mean, there's still a lot of time to go in this game. And there was no need to rush that one.
No, it wasn't. But you know what? As I talked all night long in reference to how teams don't like running man coverage, that play right there shows you why teams run man coverage, because the corner stayed with the receiver going on that shallow drag route there, and he was right there in his back pocket and basically jumped the route as the pass was being thrown and came away with that interception. Great play there by Peanut Say.
Speaking about Say, now Kevin Say gets about a yard on the play, gets to the 24-yard line. And what DC has to do here, Damon, is just protect the football. I mean, I don't mind them running the ball 3 times, even if that means getting a field goal, because that means getting up 2 scores.
Yeah.
So just don't throw an interception.
Exactly. You're going to put the pressure on the defense if you go about 2 scores here.
Another handoff goes to Kevin Say. Say to the outside, gets probably half a yard, and it's going to make it a 3rd and long.
Yeah, that there was a hole there, but that hole closed real fast as Tazzy Blackwell came blazing upfield and basically took Kevin Say out as soon as he crossed the line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 8 yards to go. 3 wide receiver set, and Kevin Say is offset to the left. Synergy is under center. Milking the clock. Will throw. Synergy pass is caught. Josh Gill for a 1st and goal. What a great read and great throw by Shabazz Synergy, as Josh Gill was pretty open in the middle of the field.
Yeah, this was a short post that goes for 15 yards here. Look there, gets right behind the linebackers, right in front of the safeties there as they're playing deep coverage there. This was a great call here by the defense. Pick up that 1st down, but guess what? The clock is still running. They did not get out of bounds to stop it or anything like that. It wasn't an incomplete pass. Great play there by the DC Dragons to keep the clock running here.
2 minutes and 49 seconds left in this game, at least in regulation, as Kevin Say will dot the I. 10 players in the box for Los Angeles. Probably a good time to call the screen here. It's going to be a run. Kevin Say, he's going to get destroyed in the backfield.
Buddy Blaze picks up his 9th tackle on the day. My goodness, what a shot. Man, you got barbecue down there like that and you didn't invite us? Man, you just hurt my feelings.
Man, 2nd down and goal, but Kevin Say, I mean, that deserves him getting a sip or two of Gatorade on the sideline.
Yeah, but you were right. It would have been perfect play for a screen pass because, as you stated, they had 10 guys in the box, and there was only a lone safety playing atop of the field there all by himself.
The DC Dragons lead by 7 points as the LA Lycans try to make a stop. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by 8 PM Music on YouTube. 2nd down and goal, ball at the 8-yard line. And this is going to Kevin Say. I don't know if it's going to be on a run or a pass. It's a run. Kevin Say up the middle tries to make a spin move and find some room. Not going to find much. Gets tackled. It's going to be 3rd and goal as LA starts burning those timeouts.
Right, exactly. Right after the 2-minute warning, you most definitely have to start burning those timeouts. And as LA had all 3 of their timeouts up until that point before they just took one that they just did. But this is what DC wants to do right here. Run the ball up the middle, run the clock, force these Lycans to take these timeouts. But it looks like this is a pass formation here.
Look for Chuck Steller here inside. The pass goes inside. It's inside. It's picked off. It's picked off. Unbelievable turn of events here as Rochelle Colston, the free safety, gets the pick in the end zone. What are the DC Dragons doing?
You never throw to Rochelle Colston in this situation. Mike Churchill was wide open to the top of the field. How dare you, Sebastian Energy, not throw it to Churchill in that situation there? He was wide open. Now, you do not get the 3 points to go up by 2 scores. You allow LA to take the ball away and to get right back into this ball game. DC needs to play some good defense, but here comes the offense of LA.
Coverage right there on that one play by the linebacker. That's 54, Declan O'Rourke. He was put man on man coverage against a wide receiver, which is never an easy task. And he got the pass deflection, 2nd down and long.
Yeah, still 1 minute and 50 seconds on the clock. And guess what? That takeaway saves Los Angeles a timeout. They still have 2 of those in their back pocket.
Look out, Damon. Another press coverage against this 3 wide receiver set. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 20. Richardson to throw. Richardson inside. Caught. 1st down. Chris Lee. And they're going to go in the no huddle again. I think Damon, you go no huddle maybe 1 play, then you call a timeout or you spike it.
I would spike it.
The pass is going to go to the fullback, Rahman. He gets out of bounds at least. Picks up a yard. The important thing is that he got out of bounds, stopped the clock.
Yeah. That was very, very important for the Lycans offense that he did get out of bounds to stop that clock there, because the defender was right on top of him, and the defender was trying to pull him and muscle him and not allowing him to get that foot out. And he was like, no, let me get to the line.
He did. And he sure did. 2nd down and 9. 4 wide receiver set. 4 wide receiver set here for the Lycans.
Looks like man coverage again here for DC.
It does. Richardson to throw. The pass middle is going to be caught. And actually, the DC Dragons were this guy's coverage because that was zone. 1st down and 10. Ball at the 47-yard line. They're going to stay in that same formation in the no huddle. Richardson will change the play at the line. Look for a quick out here to Chris Lee, top of the screen maybe. The pass is going to go deep. Richardson is going to have an incompletion. That hit Elsie Pryor in the hands, Damon.
Yeah, John DeSantis come away with probably the biggest play of the night by deflecting that ball away. And that was a nice shot downfield by Sully Richardson, but unfortunately, the defender made a better play on the ball this time.
Wow, John DeSantis certainly had decent coverage. I do think Elsie Pryor had his hands on that. We didn't get a replay. But I think he did. Either way, 2nd down and 10, the ball at the 47-yard line. Richardson to throw. The pass outside. That's Chris Lee for 5 yards. Doesn't get out of bounds. So LA will call a timeout. I don't hate the play call them on because it's 4th down territory either way. So you might as well make it a shorter 3rd down here.
Yeah, absolutely. You're sitting at third 3rd and 5, which is 3rd and manageable, as I like to call it, right here. And I think you most definitely has to go with something not deep down the middle of the field. They're playing man coverage. You can't go out routes.
The 3rd down and 5. They're going to hand the ball off to the halfback, and he's going to break a tackle. Logan Jack gets to the 30-yard line, doesn't get out of bounds, and the LA Lycans are going to go in the no huddle. Just, again, one play. If you get tackled inbounds, you will go your last time out here. 47 seconds to go. Richardson will hand the ball off again. Logan Jack gets about 3 on the play. They're going to remain in the no huddle here, Damon. 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, they most definitely need to get out of this formation. Seems like this is the only play in this formation, and it is. You run the same play 3 times, and then you're going to lose yards. Oh, my goodness.
You lose 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 9, and you call your last time out. Oh, man, no passes in primarily, passing kind of formation. Once you have 3+ wide receivers, it's basically a passing formation.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say this live on air, Ramos. Having a single run play in any formation is a big no-no. For all you new coordinators coming up in the minor leagues or so, do not put a single run play in a formation by itself.
Richardson will go to Chris Lee. Lee gets about 6 yards, tackle out of bounds at least. That stops the clock. And it's going to be a 4th and 3. Again, not the worst thing because you have to go for it either way. Mm-hmm. So you might as well have a 4th and 3 instead of a 4th and 8.
Yeah, 25 seconds left on the clock here. You most definitely got to either get the first down or target the end zone here at your own 20. At DC's 23. I say you go for the end zone.
4th and ball game, and I think they're gonna hand the ball off, and Logan Jack is not on the field. The backup halfback does not get to the
turnover on downs. Wow, you called it, Ramos. He did not pick it up because he doesn't have the speed to get outside there. And Nathaniel Diggs come away with probably the play of the game with that tackle.
Oh man, that's crushing, Damon. I mean, the backup halfback. I'm sorry, like he was running slow, man. It looked like NFL films, man. In like a slow camera, and it was just painful to watch. Just about a half-yard shy. DC Dragons just take a knee, and they're gonna go to 5-1.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people is gonna start respecting this DC team with the victory. As we stated earlier, this team went back-to-back seasons with 3-9. They picked up the victory here. They go 5-1 on the season. Talk about a turnaround because that first season, they lost a boatload of people in the second season as well. So they had to regroup back-to-back seasons in the draft. They had a lot of draft picks the last draft, but I'll let you go ahead and take it away here.
Man, the stats equal almost. Mm-hmm. If you take a look at it, time of possession, total yards, turnovers, even the scoreboard. I mean, LA was about 20-something yards away from tying this one up. It was just a very exciting ball game from front to back. But Dracarys, the DC Dragons, get win number 5 of the season. And I want to hear your player of the game, Damon.
Player of the game, I most definitely has to give it to Kevin Say. I mean, he had touchdowns through the air, on the ground. That would be my MVP of the game.
I will go Kevin Say as well, even though Jose Fuentes to me goes in a very close second place. But I think Kevin Say I think took the ball game away in the second half enough for me to give it to number 20. Unofficially had 17 carries for close to 90 yards, 11 catches as well. So he got the ball 28 times for about 150 scrimmage yards.
And that's crazy. You would think he would be the one on the field with his tongue hanging out his mouth instead of Logan Jack. Speaking of Logan Jack, let's take a. He had 34 touches on the day, 22 rushing attempts, and 12 receptions as well. So that shows right there why that backup running back was in the game on the last play of that drive, is that Logan Jack was basically tired.
He was gassed at the end of it. Come on, and
that was a beautiful play by Rochelle.
Yeah, it was. It really was. Had perfect coverage on that one. We take a look at Logan Jack's big carry But unfortunately for the LA Lycans, at the end, it wasn't enough.
Yeah, that was a big
Yes.
12-yard run there for him, too.
Drum roll, and the player of the game is none other than
Jose Fuentes.
Kevin Hay. Was close. I mean, I would not have been mad. Seriously, I would not have been mad. For Rochelle Colston and Tom Rahman in the stats truck, Cameron Irvine punching the buttons, and DR Sim, Mr. Damon Simon himself, the Hall of Famer. I was Ramos Lin. Thank you very much for watching more Week 7 SFL action here on Friday night, and stay tuned for the weekend. A lot of great SFL games coming your way. Good night, everybody. Stay safe.
See you when we see you. Peace.